Namaste students, welcome to our statistics class, and we were discussing about coefficient of variation. And in the last class we discussed two problems under coefficient of variation. One is of the type of ungrouped data and one more is grouped data, but it was in the discrete series. Now today we will see the grouped data continuous, how to find out coefficient of variation, and no difference in case of coefficient of variation formula, it remains as it is, but you may get difference in the formulas of arithmetic mean as well as standard deviation. So here you need to apply the formulas of arithmetic mean and standard deviation for continuous series. So now we have with us grouped information of place A and place B. The number of families of place A and place B is given and expenditure is given here. So this expenditure is X and these two are frequencies. We consider it as these are the frequencies and these are the X series. Now firstly we will calculate coefficient of variation for place A. So write the solution. Place A, take the class intervals. Class intervals are 600 to 800, then 800 to 1000, then 1000 to 1200, 1200 to 1400, 1400 to 1600. Next you take the frequencies there. The frequencies means place A, that is 25, 42, then 68, 152 and 53. Nextly, we need to find out X values. The X values are nothing but your mid values. So X values are nothing but mid values. So find out the mid values, that is 600 to 800. Here mid value is 700 and here mid value is 900, 1000, 2200, 1100 and here 1300 and here it is 1500. So these are the mid values. And see here we have continuous series. In case of grouped continuous series, so which formulas we need to take? So when we take, we have here two options. One we can go with direct method and one more we can go with deviation method. And see, if you are going with direct method means we need to calculate fx and fx square. But here having values like 700, 900, 1000, 100, 200 and 300, here it is difficult to calculate direct method because fx and fx square will get larger values. So here I suggest it is better to go with deviation method. So deviation method, here deviation method mean formula, it goes like x bar a plus sigma fu by n into c. This is a mean formula for deviation method. And standard deviation formula goes like sigma fu square by n minus sigma fu by n whole square into c. This is the standard deviation formula. And however, you know the formula of coefficient of variation, that is nothing but CV is nothing but, that is standard deviation mean into 100. This will substitute at the last. Now we will find out which are the columns we require. Then firstly we need to prepare that u. U is nothing but x minus a divided by c. Any one value from X series we need to take as assumed value A. Now here usually we need to take the lowest value, where if we take lowest value we can avoid the minus sign. But here we will take the mid value. If we take mid value we can get the further lesser value. If we take first value also it's okay, or else if you take mid value also it's fine. If we take mid value we get very smaller value. Even if you take first value, the least value as A also we will get lesser value, but bigger than when we take the mid value. So here we take A as 1100. Here we take A as 1100. Now we'll find out U. Here now 700 minus 1100. We have taken 1100 as U. 700 minus 1100 divided by, what is the gap? Gap is 200 divided by C. When we do so, here we get minus 2. Then next here 900 minus 1100 divided by 200. Here we get 1. And here however we get 0. And here 1300 minus 1100 by 200. There we get value as 1. And here we get as 2. If you take 700 as A, then you get 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Such kind of U values you will get. Next which column we require? F into U. F into U. So there F into U is F into U. 25 into minus 2. So there minus 50. 42 into minus 1 minus 42. 68 into 0, 0. 152 into 1, 152. 53 into 2, then we get 106. Sigma F U. So when we totally add this value and from that deduct 50 and 42, so we get there 166. Next column, that is F U square required, but before that make the U square. So U square means here it is 4, 1, 0, 1 and 4. Then last column, that is F into U square. So here F is 25 and U square. 25 into 4, there we get 100. Next 42 into 1, 42. 68 into 0, 0. 152 into 1, 152. 53 into 4, that is 212. Now total the column sigma F U square. So when we total it, here we get total as 506. Now we did not make the total of n, that is total number of frequencies. So total number of frequencies there we get as, when we calculate total number of frequencies we get as 340. So this is about the columns which you need to prepare. Now what we need to calculate? Now nextly we need to calculate mean, standard deviation and coefficient of variation. So firstly here we will calculate the mean value. So mean, as I said, A we have taken as A plus sigma Fu by n into C. So here A value we have taken as 1100 plus sigma Fu. Sigma Fu we got as 116. N we have 340 into C. The gap we know that it is 200. So here we get 1100 and now solve this. 166 into 200 divided by 340. When we do so, we get there 97.65 and 1100 plus 97.65 we get 1097.65. This is your arithmetic mean. So we got the value of mean there. Now nextly we need to find out standard deviation. Write the formula sigma Fu square by n minus sigma Fu by n outside the root, that is into C. So here Fu square we got as 506 by n is 340. N is 340 minus Fu we got as 166 divided by 340 whole square into 200. We get there into 200 and here 506 divided by 340 and then 166 divided by 340 square we need to do, and then after that take the 1.251 into 200. So now take the root of 1.251 and multiply with 200 and we get a 223.69. 223.69. If you want one more digit you can add it. So this is a standard deviation. See here I left here one step, that is divide, and here also you have to divide and make the square, or else directly you can take this. Here you cannot take this particular value because we are not applying the direct method, here it is deviation method. So here make the square and take the differences. When we take the differences we get 1.251. Then take the root and multiply with width or C. So you get their standard deviation as 223.696. Then we need to find out their coefficient of variation, that is nothing but CV. So here CV is equal to standard deviation by mean into 100. So we got standard deviation as 223.696 divided by mean as 1097.65 into 100. That we need to present in the form of percentage. So when we do so, here we get CV as 18.67%. This is the coefficient of variation for place A. Now same kind of calculation you have to do it with place B. Now take their place B. No need to take class intervals once again, we have taken there. So we'll start from X series, we'll take the X series here. In your examination you have to take, in the both the tables you have to take class intervals as well as frequencies. Here I'll directly take it from X and then I'll take the frequencies. So here X values are 700, then 900, 1000, 100, 1300, 1500. Then the frequencies are, we have place B frequencies, that is 32, then 65, then we have 84, 124 and 30. So here now next comes the U. After taking frequencies, next we need to calculate the U, that is X minus A divided by C. So here also we take mid value as A, we assume the mid value as A, and when we do so, here we get your C, that is nothing but our U values, that is X minus A, that is 700 minus 1100 divided by 200. Once again we get same value, that is minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So next column we need to prepare, that is F into U, frequencies multiplied with U values. So here we get our frequencies is 32 into 2, then we get minus 64, 65 into 1 minus 65. So here 0, 124 into 1, 124, 30 into 2, then we get 60. Next write there U square, that is 4, 1, 0, 1 and 4. Next frequencies into U square, that is FU square. So frequencies are 32 into 4. So here we get 128. So 65 into 1, 65. Next it is 0. So here 124 into 1, 124. Next here we have 30 into 4, we get there 120. So we know that divide the values there. What are the values of frequencies? Then F into U and FUs. So now when we calculate here, we get total number of frequencies as 335 and we require here the sum of FU and as well as FU square. So here sigma FU and here sigma FU square. So when we make the total of sigma FU, here we get value as 55 and we get FU square as 437. So here firstly we calculate mean, that is nothing but A plus sigma FU divided by N into C. So we know that we have taken A as 1100 plus FU is 55 divided by your N value is 335 into 200 into 200. This is the gap or the width. So here when we do so, here we get our mean value as 1032.84. This is our mean value. I have taken here directly. You calculated 1100 plus whatever value you get here. So nextly we calculate standard deviation. So standard deviation formula goes like sigma FU square divided by N minus sigma FU by N whole square into C. Only in case of deviation method we write here C. In case of direct method it is sigma Fx square by N minus sigma Fx by N whole square. This C will not come. Width will not come in case of direct method. Now substitute into the formula. FU square is nothing but 437. Your N value is 335 minus here FU is 55 by 4 335 into 200. So here take the divide and then take the differences or deduct the values. When we do so, we get 1.2776 into 200. Now what you need to do? You have to take the root, then you multiply with 200 and here we get standard deviation as 226.062. 226.062. Now we need to find out the coefficient of variation of place B. So CV is equal to standard deviation by mean into 100. So we got standard deviation as 226.062 divided by mean as 1132.84 into 100. So here we get coefficient of variation as 19.95%. So we got now CV of place A as well as place B. See now, we have in case of place A it is 18.65 and place B 19.95. So where there is more consistency. So here if they do not ask any of the consistency, for example in this question they have not asked anything about consistency, but you need to conclude here CV of place A here lesser than the CV of place B. So therefore the expenditure, this problem is about expenditure of two different places. So expenditure of which is less, where consistency is less. The place A consistency is, so place A, expenditure of place A is more consistent. Why it is more consistent? So because their variations are less. Here there is more variations, means more and less. So here there will be consistent in case of expenditure. So this should be your conclusion. So this particular question it will appear for 10 marks. So here difference is ungrouped, discrete as well as continuous, different formulas for arithmetic mean as well as standard deviation. And if your problem is, if your values are big, then you need to go with the deviation method. It is better to go with deviation method. Otherwise you will do calculate fx or fx square, you will do calculation mistake. Now we'll see some other kind of problems under the same method. Now we have some other kind of problem. See, these questions also, this kind of question also may appear for 5 marks. If it comes, it's very easy problem. Here it's not necessary to calculate standard deviation or arithmetic mean. Here they have directly given the standard deviation and arithmetic mean. Now here we have two forms, that is number of wage earners. Number of wage earners, how many number of employees are there in form A and form B. Wage earners means they are nothing but employees. 500 and 600. Then average monthly wage, that is average monthly wage is nothing but your mean. Average wage, that is nothing but mean. Then standard deviation of wage. Standard deviation of this wages, that is 223 and 231 is given. And if you observe the question here, which firm pays a larger amount of monthly wage? Which firm A or B, who will provide more wages or salary to the employees? Then second question, in which has greater variability? In order to see which has greater variability, we need to find out their coefficient of variation. Now, firstly we will write the given values what they have provided in the problem. So write their solution. So here firm A and firm B, and given values are firstly number of wage earners, that is N is given as 500, and in case of firm B their N is 600. Then average monthly wages, that is nothing but the mean value is given of firm A is 5600 and firm B is 6500. Then standard deviation is given as firm A it is 223.5 and firm B it is 231.3. Now see the first question there, which firm pays larger amount of monthly wage? See here, larger amount of monthly wage, how we need to calculate? That is nothing but your sigma x, total number of wages. Sigma x is nothing but total number of wages. So here, see, in case of mean is sigma x by n. So this is the average number of wage which they have given. Average is given of both the companies, and total number of workers is also given 500 and 600. And they have asked what is the total number of wages. What is the total number of wages? Which firm will provide more number of wages? So what we need to do then? So if we substitute into this particular formula there, if you take for first question, if you can take their arithmetic mean formula, that is x bar is equal to sigma x by n, and even for firm B also same thing we need to do. So here x bar is given as 5600 for firm A, and this is what firm B. So here x bar is given as 5000 is 600, and your n value we have there 500, and we need to find out total number of wages. So that is nothing but sigma x is equal to 5600 into 500. So we get the total number of wages as, when we multiply 5600 into 500, we get the 28 lakh. This is the wages which firm A provide to their employees. Now do that with firm B, sigma x by n. X bar is given as 6500, then sigma x, and your n value is 600 there. So here also you do the same thing, 6500 sigma x is equal to 6500 into 600. So here when you multiply 6500 with 600, you get there 39 lakh. So this is the amount which firm B pays to their employees. So this is about the first question in the first problem. Then in which has greater variability. So for that we need to calculate CV of firm A as well as firm B. So what is the CV formula? CV for firm A, that formula goes like standard deviation divided by arithmetic mean into 100. So here standard deviation they have given for firm A, it is 223.5 divided by mean we have 5600 into 100. So when we do so, when we solve this, we get a 3.99%. Then CV for B, the same thing, no need to write the formula once again. Standard deviation we have there 231.3 divided by, you have your mean value as 6500 into 100. So when you do so, here for firm B you get CV as 3.56%. So this is about CV of company A and B. The second question, which has greater variability, means we need to find out the CV, coefficient of variation, and which pays more amount of wages, means we need to find out total number of wages. Now you have to conclude for the first question. Here provide a conclusion for A, which firm pays larger amount of monthly wage. See here, observe the monthly wage. Here monthly wage of the second firm is greater than the first firm. So you have to write there, company, the firm B pays larger amount of monthly wage. And for second question, see, till now we solved where there is more consistency, but here they did not ask about the consistency. This is about variability, where there is greater variability. Now greater variability means, see that where variations are more. If we observe here it is 3.99 and firm B it is 3.56. We can easily say that the firm B has greater variation, not about the consistent. Consistent means which has more consistency. Which has less variation, that is more consistent. But your question is about which has more variations. Variation, CV, which has more CV or coefficient of variation is firm A. So for second question, firm A has greater variation. So these are the two questions of your first questions here. First one is about which has the greater, which pays more number of wages. So more number of wages is nothing but total number of wages. Here we have average number of wages and number of employees. Multiply average with number of employees, we get total number of wages. Without applying this formula also you can calculate. And this is nothing but CV, where there is more variability. It is nothing but your CV. So this is about the first problem. Now we have one more problem. We will move to the second problem. See the second problem. Following are the marks obtained by two students X and Y. Here they have given the marks of two students, that is X and Y, that is, and also their mean marks and standard deviation. So mean, averages, X bar and standard deviation is given, and you have two questions there, who is better and who is more consistent. Who is better means we can see average. For who is better, no need to calculate anything. If you have your arithmetic mean or average, which has more average, that we can consider as a better one. And who is more consistent means we need to find out their C. Now for this question, first you write the given values for student X as well as student Y. Here student X mean marks they have given, that bar, it is 8, and here we will take it as y bar since they have taken it as student y, that is 50. Then standard deviation of x, it is 4, and standard deviation of y, it is 3. So here, so these are the average, or else we take it here x bar itself. Here it is 80 and here it is 50. And the first question we can answer it now itself, because here no need to calculate anything. By seeing your averages we can conclude. But for the second question we need to calculate coefficient of variation. So we'll write here CV of student x, that is standard deviation by mean into 100. So here we get your CV as 5%, and here we get CV as, that is standard deviation by mean. Standard deviation, write the formula, you have to write the formula there. We write CV is equal to standard deviation mean into 100. So here is 4 by 80 into 100, we get there 5%. Then here standard deviation is 3 and mean is 50 into 100. So when we calculate, here we get CV as 6%. Now see the question. First question is who is better? Who is better means we need to observe the mean there. Here which student has greater average? Student X has greater average. So we can consider student X is better than student Y, because he has greater average. Now the second one, which is more consistent. Consistent means check the CV where there is less variation. Student X has less variation, so he is more consistent in scoring than student Y. So here right there, student, the CV of X is lesser than CV of Y. So therefore student X is more consistent. More consistency. In case of first question, it's about who pays greater wages and where there is greater variations. Greater variations means where there is more variations will be there, that has greater variations. Which is more consistent means which has less variation, that is more consistent. So second question is about one is who is better. For that we need to see mean. So which has greater mean, that is more better. And for second question, consistency means which has less variation. So this is about coefficient of variation. With this we completed with the third unit, that is measures of dispersion. And in the next class we move towards the last unit of 5th chapter, that is measures of skewness or kurtosis.